I mean, I just think people want to forget that I was telling them that I was in a lock-up hospital right after said abuses in Ramsey County. And this was right after a hold where the detainment was telling me that the detainer was telling me that they're not going to give you any kind of care here. And if you expect that you have any rights whatsoever, you basically are, you're in the wrong for thinking that you have any rights here. Anyway, and then so when I was in that place and I was experiencing these things and going through what I very much felt was real and was a real attack on me, like the first attack was that someone was sent to the wrong floor, which was obviously aimed at targeting me because of like just I didn't even do anything. Like I was just sitting there, like got my food, like sitting down to eat. I didn't even like look so much as like look towards the guy, and he was like trying to pick a fight with me, you know. And like one of the other people there was telling me not to play it or whatever, and I already knew that. I already knew it was a setup, but being in there was an old lady that was being raped every single night, and like you can't deny the sounds that you're hearing for what it is. And people would try and do stuff about it. They would end up in a padded room, and no one would get any kind of protection in there, as if like, you know, like when people come in there, they like have visitors, everyone's like, you know, going in their little rooms or talking or whatever, but no one and nothing is ever done about it. You say these things and nothing is done. And so it's to put you in light of the already situation that is. I don't know if people get that, but when you're a targeted individual, it's to place you in a situation where if you're going to play hero, you're going to end up in a place longer and be able to be held longer based on what you just did. And that's just their goal. That's their go-to, is because like they need to get you in there, target you, misalign you the same way narcissism is. And then it's a scary thing, you guys. It's a really scary thing to feel when no one has your back. And then and then you go homeless, and you deal with the same warfare. You don't know where it's coming from, but when you experience these things, you know that it's there. It's an underlying factor. And then I'm in the homeless shelter, and all of a sudden, Jacob Wetterling's kidnapper is being found. I'm just sitting there, my phone's being hacked, like I'm almost barely alive. Feeling, you know, like who cares about Matthew and this, and then how triggering is that? Like I was just reaching out online suggesting that Jacob Wetterling was still alive back when I was suggesting it. And then all of a sudden all of these attacks came. So I don't know if he was alive or not, but I don't think it was very right for me to be in that situation, in all of that detriment or devastation. And then being in that devastation, and my phone's cracked, my phone screen's cracked, and I was barely able to get a hold of people to like help me get a phone. I don't know if people can remember that, but I did eventually get a phone, but I mean, those things weren't and aren't supposed to happen. You see what I mean? In the nick of time, and none of the things that are happening to me in my life are supposed to happen. I don't feel like these things happen to you. It's like, people want to like just say that you're the common denominator, but how do you fight that when there are attacks that are through hacking, through actual, ways that people take into criminal activity over your life to ruin your identity? And so when you're looking at the bulk of it, then it's like, okay, well, I did get a phone. I was thankful. It's like I continued writing on Steemit and writing on Steemit every day if I could, where I'd have time. Otherwise, I would be out every morning working. Or when I could get out, when I finally did get out and find work, I mean, I would be not writing. I would be working. But it was always very important to me to write because it was a way to collect my thoughts on the things that were going on in my life. And oftentimes you don't really remember things. And so it's good to write, especially in a circumstance like this, because I've always said poisoning, what it would do to your brain is exactly what it did to me. You don't have any reasoning skills at all, and then everyone just blames you for them. Your reasoning skills are just out the window, but it's hard to pinpoint that because it is a covert attack, and it is like not meant to be seen or detected. And then once it is detected, it's like, holy fuck, you guys. Once it is detected, it was like, holy fuck, you guys. Oh, God, that feeling. Oh. So anyway, I think there's a whole lot more to say here, but I can't think. I'm tired. I'm trying to live, but I feel like I'm dying, and it really sucks. Just like, if that's the case, I'm like, I know what happened to me. I know for me what happened to me. I don't care what anybody else believes, but I think it's really, really sad what's happened to me, and it's hard to get it out. It's hard to get it out because I had plans for my drums, I had plans for my TV, I had plans for things that were being diminished by people that were claiming to love me. But the sad fact of the matter is I think my relationships, some of anyway, have been paid for or paid off. I really need investigations into these matters because I deserve to live if I can get through this. But what I'm saying I'm getting through is like, I don't know how to explain it. It feels like my whole hand is purple inside. Feels like my whole internal chest is purple inside. Feels like I got like parasites internally, like cutting me at times. It doesn't feel like diabetes. It doesn't feel like attacks from anything else, but what's been staged upon me and what I've been telling people has been true. And people just don't want to believe me because it's just scary. And it is scary. It is scary. But I think that if I was to actually have help, I would be able to get through it without figuring out how to do that holistically. Like, people are screwed in this country, I can tell you that much. If there's no help created for people like me where I'm at, where I'm actually saying what is true, and they're just trying to silence that proof it lies in people like me. And that's another reason why I feel that through all of the unrest now, that they're just trying to make me rest permanently. Who they are as attackers like you wouldn't fucking believe. Obviously, I'm trying to get people to believe and they don't believe, so whatever. All I know is that when those attackers turn from like just trying to set up a car accident to trying to like just get enough poison or chemical or whatever around or on you, or pinprick you, or I don't know, things of that nature. It's like just one attack. It's like one run into with a person on accident. Like you bump into a person, you might not even feel it, type of thing. From what I've looked into, that's exactly how they work. And so when it moves from point A to point B, and it's like C is death, you're like can't even go past C. If you go past C, D, and you're like trying to go past these points in life in general, these people really don't like it. Their demons don't like it. And they're really stirred about, just as the Lord says in the Bible. So anyway, I gotta take a nap. I hurt so motherfucking bad about how my own could treat me this way. And I loved them. And I might die. But I'm just going to continue to bless them. And continue to try and remove that hurt. Just doesn't go away.